Please remember that tomorrow evening our time is Mincha is at an earlier time of 7:15.
Erev Tov, everyone. Here at the conclusion almost of Chumash Bamidbar, Moshe Rabbeinu conducts a census of Klal Yisrael again in the desert. So in Parshat Bamidbar we had a count, and here at the end we also have a count. What's noteworthy about this latter account is that there are two personal references which exist within the count. In other words, they count how many are Ruvain, how many are Shimon, how many are count the regular count. But they mention the story of Korach in the count, and then the Chumash says, Uvnei Korach lo mesu. The children of Korach didn't die. So there are many midrashim as what that means. But the common thread is that somehow the children did tshuva. The children did not join in the dispute against Moshe. They didn't follow their father. And because of that, they survived. Not only did they survive, they became one of the leading families of Shevet Levi. And in Tehillim, the Bnei Korach are one of the authors, 10 authors of the book of Tehillim. We say, Lam Natseach Bnei Korach. So we see from here the Torah wants to emphasize the power of tshuva. And the power of tshuva is that we don't remember the negative. It's like we start all over again. Now, human beings find that hard to do. We remember somebody's foibles when that person was a child or an adolescent. We're not willing to forgive. On Shemayim, they forgive. And therefore, they are remembered in a positive fashion. The Torah testifies that Bnei Korach lo mesu. Others say that it's even a greater accomplishment because they had to go against their father. They had to go against the rest of the family, so to speak. And that their loyalty to Moshe was such that it earned for them this mention in the count. There's a second place in the count that's personal. And the Torah says, Shem Bas Osher Sorach. That Osher had a daughter, and her name was Sorach. What's that doing in the middle here? And what about her? We never heard about her before. And she's one of the mystery women that exist throughout Tanakh. According to Midrashim, she lives for hundreds of years. She's alive when they enter Eretz Yisrael. She's alive at the time of the Shoftim. There really is a medrash that she's alive at the time of David HaMelech. There's a woman that lives hundreds of years. She's the symbol of survival. What about her? What is her merit? What great deeds did she do that the Torah should give her a shout out, so to speak? That it doesn't do anyone else. Doesn't do it for any of the other shvatim. So there's a beautiful medrash that characterizes her. The medrash says that when Yosef was lost in Mitzrayim, and years upon years, no one knew what happened to him. And Yaakov Avinu proclaimed him to be dead. Torah of Yosef. So the Torah tells us that Yaakov Avinu was depressed. He was in mourning. The Torah says that everybody tried to comfort him, and they were unable to do so. Rashi says because Yosef was still alive, and therefore there couldn't be any closure. So there's the medrash that this little girl, Sorach Bas Osher, she was the companion for her grandfather. She stayed with Yaakov, and she would sing to him every day to cheer him up, to raise his spirits. And she would sing, Od Yosef Choy, Od Yosef Choy, Od Yosef Choy. Yosef's still alive. They don't know what happened there, but Yosef is still alive. Therefore, don't weep, Zaydid, so it'll be all right. And she nurtured him all of those years. And she was his companion. And she sang to him. And he so appreciated her, so loved her, that he blessed her that she should have a long life. And that she should see great things from the Jewish people. And that's exactly what happened. And the Medrash says that when the brothers returned and they wanted to tell their father that Yosef is alive and he's the viceroy in Egypt, etc., they couldn't bring themselves to tell him because they had lied to him all the years. Why should he believe them now? They didn't know what to do, the Medrash says. So they took Sorach Bas Osher because they knew that Yaakov Avinu trusted her. And they said to her, you tell him. And so she sang to him again, O Joseph Choy, O Joseph Choy. And he believed her because he knew she loved him. And she wouldn't lie to him. So the Torah wanted to remind us of that. The greatness of a simple act of kindness. Kindness to an old grandfather that was distraught. And of a little girl that gave him hope. So the Torah mentions it. Shem bas Osher Sorach. Osher had a daughter, Sorach. And if you get a shout out from the Torah, that's eternal. It's not buying an ad in the newspaper. It's something that lasts forever. So that Medrash teaches us a great many things about hope, about family, about loyalty, and how people are really remembered by the goodness and the kindness that they do to others. Rabbi Chananya ben Akash Yomer, what's HaKadosh Baruch Hu is HaKadosh, Es Yisrael Leficha Chir B'Lehem, Torah Mitzvot Shenem